Today we've got some big news to cover for anybody who's interested in earning Aeroplan Elite Status. Over the course of 2024 so far, Air Canada has announced a couple of changes. A couple of tiers will be getting better, a couple will be getting worse, and a very prized currency that's available to Aeroplan Elite Status members will be undergoing changes as of the summer, and the strategy around that currency will be evolving. Welcome to Prince of Travel, we're the leading platform empowering every global citizen to go further better, and we've been keeping an eye out on Air Canada and Aeroplan for years. They've consistently kept things interesting, and in this video you'll want to pay attention no matter what tier of Aeroplan Elite Status you are, or you're somebody who's not an Elite member yet, but you're thinking about getting into it. Without further ado, let's jump into what's happening. First, let's talk about what's getting better, and these are changes to the perks at the Aeroplan 25K and 35K tiers, which are the first two entry-level tiers of Aeroplan Elite Status. The new benefit here is that in addition to priority services with Air Canada, you'll now get priority services with United Airlines and select Lufthansa Group partners as well. And these include Lufthansa, Austrian Airlines, Brussels Airlines, Swiss, Air Dolomiti, and Discover Airlines. So if you're flying United as an Aeroplan 25K or 35K member, you'll now enjoy the Premier Access line at check-in and Group 2 priority boarding. During these times where the carry-on luggage movement is really strong, that's going to be an important perk to make sure you can get those bags into the bins and not be forced to wander around aimlessly and awkwardly down the aisle trying to find a space for your bag or be forced to check them at the gate. Now, meanwhile, if you're flying with the Lufthansa Group, you'll be able to use the business check-in line as an Aeroplan 25K or 35K member. So if you're traveling around Europe and happen to be flying one of these partner airlines, you'll have that slightly elevated travel experience as a result. Now, the higher tiers, 50K, 75K, and Super Elite, already had these benefits because it's all part of Star Alliance Gold and all the benefits associated with that. So in some ways, this change brings 25K and 35K members slightly more in line with 50K and above if you're flying with one of these airlines that has a closer partnership with Air Canada. Now, speaking of priority access, if you want priority access to news like this within the travel space to help you travel more and travel better, then make sure to hit subscribe to the Prince of Travel YouTube channel. We've just recently hit 100,000 subscribers. You can see the plaque on the wall over there, and that's a thank you to every single one of you for watching our content, supporting us, and becoming better travelers yourselves in the process. So thank you to everybody who subscribed, and if you'd like to join the community, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Now, we're going to talk about the super intriguing change to Air Canada's secret elite currency in a moment, but first let's talk about some changes to Aeroplan's 75K and Super Elite tiers, which are actually getting a little bit worse than before. So what's changing? Well, 75K and Super Elite members will no longer have the long-standing guaranteed reservations benefit, which has historically offered a guaranteed reservation in economy class on eligible Air Canada flights with the purchase of an economy latitude fare. And so this benefit in the past would mean that if you're a 75K or Super Elite member, if a certain Air Canada flight was full, but you needed to be on that flight for whatever reason, you could purchase an economy latitude fare, and Air Canada would basically bump somebody off the flight so that you can have a seat. It was quite a powerful benefit, and I don't know how often it was used because after all, economy latitude is the most expensive economy fare category. So it's not just any cheap economy fare that would get you this ability to bump somebody off the flight, but it was really the most expensive flight. Think thousands of dollars for a transcontinental flight. But if you needed to be on that flight, if you were willing to pay the price, then you could get your seat, and some unfortunate passenger who didn't have elite status would have to vacate the seat so you could take it. So this benefit is no longer afforded to 75K and Super Elites. Sorry if that makes you feel a little bit less special. Apparently, this benefit wasn't used all that much anyway, and Air Canada's rationale is that removing it helps prevent situations where other passengers are unfairly impacted, which, I mean, fair enough. Being bumped off a flight is never ideal. Plus, anytime Air Canada bumps somebody off a flight, they usually have to pay out compensation for doing so that could get quite expensive if a whole bunch of 75Ks and Super Elites are exercising their rights here. So ultimately, if you're a 25K or 35K member, you'll be a little bit jazzed up from some extra priority services when flying United or Lufthansa, and if you're a 75K or Super Elite member, you might be a little bit miffed that you no longer get to bump off random strangers from the plane. Now, ultimately, these changes in the grand scheme of things are fairly minor, but no matter what Aeroplan Elite Status tier you have, you'll want to focus on a more recent round of changes to the secret elite upgrade currency that Air Canada offers, which is of course Air Canada eUpgrades. We've talked about these a whole lot on this channel, and it's a very complex beast that's just recently undergone a bit of a streamlining and a simplification process that'll be helpful to understanding what's the best strategy for using your eUpgrades to redeem for those upgrades to Air Canada's signature class and lie flat pods in the future. Let's break down what the news looks like and what it all means. Now, up until now, the eUpgrades you earn would expire on a different timescale depending on when in each calendar year you earned them. If you earned them in the first half of the year, they'll be good through the rest of the calendar year, plus about 15 days into the following January. Meanwhile, if you earned them in the second half of the year, then they'd be good throughout the rest of the year, plus one more calendar year, plus 15 days after that. And also, if you hold a premium Aeroplan co-branded credit card, then one of the benefits on that card is to roll over up to 50 eUpgrade credits. So if you had eUpgrades that were going to expire at the turn of the year, then up to 50 of them would be rolled over with one more calendar year's validity. Got it? it? Good. Yes, it's very complex, perhaps needlessly so, and Air Canada thought, why not go ahead and simplify things? And so as of this summer, July 1st, 2024, any eUpgrades that you earn will be valid for 12 months from the date that they are earned, and if you're an Aeroplan Premium co-branded cardholder, then they'll be valid for 24 months instead of 12. So that's an extra perk on the premium credit cards. You'll get double the validity period for eUpgrades, 24 months instead of 12, and this perk is in lieu of the old benefit, which was rolling over up to 50. There's no longer that cap of 50, by the way. However many eUpgrades you earn, you'll have 24 months validity instead of 12, as long as you're a cardholder in good standing. So this new policy is of course way simpler to understand for Aeroplan Elite Status members. The previous policy of different expiry dates for eUpgrades earned in the first half of the year versus the second half of the year didn't really make much sense, and it wasn't really clear why it needed to be that way. There was this whole strategy of having to wait until July 1st to choose your benefits as an elite member in order to unlock those eUpgrades that will be valid for 18 months instead of less than 12 months. Again, that's a strategy that came about because of this rather complex set of rules. Going forward, it'll be way simpler. If you're earning eUpgrades as part of your select benefits as an Aeroplan Elite Status member, then whenever you select those benefits, you'll have 12 months to use them if you're not a premium cardholder, or 24 months to use them if you're a premium cardholder. Keep in mind, to use your eUpgrades, you have to travel on a flight that takes place within that validity period, so it may be best to be strategic and choose your eUpgrades as a benefit if you have a view of traveling on a flight that's taking place later on next year. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Let's say you're an elite member this year in 2024, and you might want to take a big trip and fly Air Canada signature class in late 2025. In this case, if you're not a premium cardholder, you might want to wait until late 2024 to choose your select benefits and get those eUpgrades into your account, because they'll have that 12-month validity period that extends into your travel window in late 2025. But of course, you might also choose the simpler option that doesn't require as much strategy, and is of course what Air Canada wants you to do, which is to sign up for a premium credit card that then extends your validity for 24 months, and you don't have to worry about when to choose those benefits. You know that if you choose your benefits anytime in 2024, you'll have them through 2 years from now going into 2026. So that's very much the logic behind this change. Air Canada wants its elite members to also engage further with the program and get the premium credit card if they want that extra perk of 24 months eUpgrade validity, and basically having a head start against other elite members who don't have the premium card in terms of that extra 12 months window to use their upgrade credits. So overall, in the first half of the year, Aeroplan 25K and 35K members have something to cheer about. 75Ks and Super Elites are knocked down a peg in a minor way, and there's sweeping changes to the overall landscape and strategy for how to redeem your eUpgrade credits to get the best value. You'll want to be strategic, and you just might want to sign up for a premium Aeroplan credit card so that you get that significant advantage ahead of everybody else. But keep in mind, you won't be able to lock in that advantage if you're not familiar with the best strategy to use your eUpgrades for instantly confirmed upgrades into Air Canada's signature class. Not the type of upgrade request that leaves you waiting at the gate wondering if you'll be in lie flat pods or if you'll be stuck in economy, but the type that guarantees you an upgrade at the time of booking, even many months in advance of your trip. You'll want to watch this video to understand what I'm talking about, and I'll see you there.